Now we're in the kitchen with John, and he's got something very quick and easy and tasty for us, all with spring veg. We have been shelling and eating fresh peas.
Look at this, there we go.
The
This is how much we've...
There
was going to be peas in the salad.
That's what we've eaten.
You're very happily doing it.
Well, you've got a bit, to be fair, to begin with, we were shelling them and putting them back so you wouldn't see.
Yeah,
there are a few empty ones in there, but one of nature's greatest tastes are peas right out the pod.
And you know, they're really good. You chuck them in your pocket on the grate in the train. You know, if you're on the tube and you're going to work.
Good little healthy snack.
Yeah, there's a really good way to do it because they're all together.
Can
it's
you
banana.
defreeze, unfreeze?
Defrost?
Defrost?
You can defrost them, yeah.
A normal pea and then eat it cold?
Yeah, well, there's one there. Try that.
Oh,
well, you take that one.
Thing.
Don't take it from my hands. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same.
No, it's not. No, fresh peas because they're raw, and I love them in a salad just with some, you know, whether it be ricotta or shaved shallots or parsley. But the great thing about spring is that suddenly everything starts to go green, and as you eat things, sun starts to shine in your eyes. You can really feel the difference. And although tomatoes aren't really spring, they're sort of more autumn, for me, this sort of time of the year of, you know, fresh and easy. So all you need is you've got a couple of tomatoes in your fridge, a bit of puff pastry and a jar of pesto. And
you're not making your own puff pastry because that would be ridiculous.
It's just, it's too... Look, you can buy it rolled out, you can buy it in whatever you want to do. And all you do is roll it out, get two different sized dishes, a plate, which gives you the size of the actual first bit.
All right.
So you cut around that. Then the second one is this one, because what I want to be able to do is get the outsides to puff up around the outside and keep the tomatoes on.
So you're just scoring it?
Just score it on the inside, and that makes you sort of vol au vent. And then you dock the centre with a fork, and what the docking does, stops the centre from puffing up so the tomatoes don't fall off, but the outside will still puff up around the outside and give you a nice little sort of curtain on your tart.
That's very clever, isn't it?
Well, some very clever person worked that out years ago, it wasn't me.
Good.
A dab of pesto in the middle, jar of pesto, just a little tiny bit, it's just a seasoning that just helps hold together. And then I use these plum tomatoes because they're all the sort of same size and cut them quite thick. So if you sort of stack them up, they almost look like one of those buildings in London that, you know... The
gherkin.
There's gherkin and there's the mayor's office.
Oh, yeah, the beehive.
Is that what it's called? You know everything, don't you?
He does.
You do know. And then you just go around in sort of little circles and push it on and push it down just a little tiny bit so that they're pretty. Because
these look really nice. I mean, this is... we're entering picnic season. If you made a load of these and put them in your hamper...
Yeah, and they're really posh. But the other thing is... You could do...
A hamper?
Yes.
A picnic basket. What do you call it? It's a hamper.
A hamper.
That's all right.
It is called a hamper.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Just posh to have one. We just have a bag in the boot.
And one of those blankets that fold out that you forget to wash and you realise it's still covered in ants.
Yeah.
Where are the ants, by the way?
Oh, God knows. No, they've made a run for it.
Made it into the kitchen.
So those now... They're done, and you can go around the outside with a bit of egg or not at all. You don't have to glaze puff pastry anymore because of the way in which it's manufactured. So don't have to worry about it. Don't get fussy about it. That's fine.
Does it make it look nice, though?
Well, it can do, but I don't necessarily use egg. And you know, if you've got veggies coming, vegetarians coming around, all that sort of stuff, it's just better to stay away from all that sort of thing in this modern world that we live in. So they go in the oven at 200 degrees, and they go in there for about 25 minutes.
Right.
So that's going in, and they very quickly come out. You're going to nick a bit of salt.
The same thing.
Exactly the same.
Here, Schofield, you have that one.
And then these literally come out...
Tequila shots.
Honestly, it's tequila shots are doing tomato shots, do you? There they come out, the outside puffs up, the tomato starts cooking in the centre. Spring salad, I've got asparagus, broad beans, peas, edamame and spring onions, which I've just boiled together. And all we're going to do is chuck them into a bowl, but a dressing for everybody at home. Because people get so fussy about salad dressings, they buy bottles and everything else. It is literally oil, vinegar and mustard.
And that's it?
That's it.
Sorry, can I just check, did you just cook all of these?
They're just cooked, yeah.
Oh, so they're all... OK.
They're all blanched, including the spring onions. Make a big jar of vinaigrette for your fridge and keep it in the fridge. It will last for as long as a jar of mustard or a jar of oil or a jar of vinegar, which is months or years.
Yeah.
Vinegar, a good slosh.
Red wine? Red
wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, doesn't really matter. Olive oil, put the whole lot in. And it's about 3 to 1 of vinegar to oil. Sorry, oil to vinegar. Salt and a decent grind of black pepper. And then you do the whole thing, and I've just realised that our lovely people who help us out have given us a jar without the plastic seal on it.
Yeah.
So if I actually had have just picked this up now and shaken it, it could have been quite disastrous.
We'd have been wearing that.
But that's, you put that in there, and then you shake. I was going to get Holly to do it as well, can you imagine?
Well,
Luckily, I didn't do that. So I'm not going to shake that.
Okay.
Okay.
But you would just shake
you
it, and that would
that's
make it all...
Spring salad.
You could shake it inside a thing.
I wouldn't. I've got one made. Let's just do that,
there you
Philip. Please. I couldn't
See,
do it.
magic of telly.
There we are, magic of telly.
So you wait for this to cool down.
Wait for those to cool down, and then put them all together with a decent handful of mint. And my favourite
That just
thing.
looks delicious, doesn't it?
Just rip that apart for me.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So you release the whole thing. Thanks so much, Holly. That's great.
Quite all right, quite all right.
Thank you.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that'll be enough. And my favourite thing at the moment is, and we should be using more of it, watercress.
I love watercress.
It's lovely and peppery.
Watercress soup. Can you make one of those one day?
Of course, I'll make anything you like.
I love
You tell me what you want,
watercress soup.
that's fine. Mix that dressing together. Thank you, Philip. The more that people get those herbs and they rip them apart, the more oils will come out. Fresh herbs straight away. Soft herbs, no need to cook them. Hard herbs like rosemary and sage, you cook them. But mint and watercress and stuff like that, you don't need to do it.
And are you just a fresh herb kind of guy?
I mean, everything, really. I'll do anything. I love dried stuff. I like, you know, dried spices for Asian food.
Shall I move our shells?
if you want to.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. They just nicked all my bits. So then this here. So what you've got is some mustard and peas and asparagus and watercress and mint. And it's also worked very nicely because then on top of that, you take one of these little tarts and you put a tart
Smells so
across
good.
the top. Now, as you know, we all know, now that tomate's going to be quite hot. Please be careful. Go on, you go.
I
Go.
just
Dig
heard
in,
the
dig in.
crunch, and it was just heavenly.
So a bit more pesto.
A little bit more pesto over the top.
A little bit of pesto across the top. And it really is.
Oh, man.
Tomatoes, pastry and a bit of pesto. It doesn't have to be posh, does it? It's just going to be... But suddenly the sun's shining, everything's all right.
And it's crunchy. That salad is crunchy.
So if anybody's noticed,
mustard
Philip's
in it.
quiet.
The sun is shining in my mind.
And the dressing is lovely as well.
Yeah, just make a big load of it and keep it in your fridge.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Thank
Very,
you.
very
Absolutely
much.
Delicious. Really, really nice.
Oh, that is my lunch, definitely.
Lunch sorted. Right, for all the recipe details, take a look at our This Morning app.